Okay, so do I think the pageant objectifies the woman? I would say previously they did, yes, because pageants were only seen as the girls who look really pretty, and obviously then they were put on a stage as an object, really, basically for everybody to stare and look at. But recently, from my own experience, I don't believe in that. I think pageants empower women, and I feel like pageants really give, even if it's a young girl, married woman, whoever it is, I think they give them a platform to perform and to show their talents and to enhance their talent and their hidden, gems that have in them, and learn a bit more. So in my perspective, really, the pageants nowadays do not objectify women now. So beauty pageant degrading or empowering women. Okay, it depends, really. I still believe there is still a lot of work to be done, and there are some pageants out there who kind of are not doing what they're supposed to be doing. But in my eyes, what my experience and what I am going to do is all about empowering women. I feel like all the women are empowered. You don't need to empower women, basically. But yes, you can give them tools to enhance that empowering skill and show your talent. So in my eyes, the pageants today that I am being part of, that I am seeing, are actually empowering women and giving them tools. I think, first of all, I would take the word beauty out of it. Or if you're keeping the beauty into it, it has to be inner beauty, because every single person who's winning a pageant nowadays has a purpose, really, and they don't go on winning it just because they look beautiful. They go on to winning it because they are a beautiful person. So the beauty pageant purpose is to get all these beautiful people on this platform. And then again, I'll say beautiful people does not mean what they look like. It's about what they are, so the beauty within, basically. So the pageant purpose is basically to get all these women or people, even there are men pageants nowadays, together and get them to work for the community, get them to lead the community in their own way, really. And that's what my way of it, really, looking at the pageants is, really. Actually, like, obviously in public eyes, it's all started with Mrs. India UK. But I just wanted to add a little story that when I was in my graduation, just after my graduation, actually, I was doing a project in Bareilly, and where Priyanka Chopra come from, obviously. And we had this army cantonment where we had a big fair going on, and I was doing a project there. I was presenting my college, basically, there on a stall, and they were doing Miss Bareilly contest. And obviously, I was not interested. I was in my business suit, presenting my thing. And then the organizers came up to me and said, "We would really like you to come and participate in this pageant." So I went and participated in my business suit in that pageant, and I won. So that Miss Bareilly was my very first thing that I won. But I think after that, my parents were like, no, just study, nothing else. But then that was the first kick and first feel of a pageant I had. But then obviously, Mrs. India UK happened very accidentally. Okay, I had no idea about it. But then one of a friend out of my group, we have a lot of groups of friends, and one of the girl participated in 2018. And when she posted on a social media, I got really intrigued by it. I was like, oh my God, this is so good. So I followed her journey. This is for you. You should do it. And I obviously went ahead and filled the form, sent my application form, went for the audition. I still remember the audition day, the way my husband grilled them with the questions, because he wanted to make sure that it's a good platform to enter. Yeah, that's how my pageant journey started, really. And then obviously there was a lot of training involved, a lot of things involved. That's where it's all but started. Yeah. Luckily, I won Mrs. India UK, and it's not luckily, actually, I put a lot of hard work into it as well. But after winning Mrs. India UK title, I was lucky enough to actually got awarded as Mrs. United Kingdom International title, and go on to America to represent the United Kingdom as Mrs. United Kingdom International. And I think that was the biggest highlight so far in my pageant journey. So when we got there, it was a week long. We were there, and that 1 week, I think I probably slept for about 3 to 4 hours only in an entire week, because it was literally go thing, because we had to do obviously go visit local communities. We had to go do our own rehearsals. We had to do interview rounds. We had to do our on-stage presentation. There was a lot involved in that. But the reason that I went there was because first of all, obviously, I wanted that exposure. I wanted to meet new people. I wanted to see what it's all about, because I've heard a lot about Mrs. International. It's one of the oldest pageant. I am so impressed by it, and I honestly would be very happy if I could even achieve the 10% of their professionalism, what they go through. Their entire team is like so professional. And then obviously, because I was working with my local community a lot on mental health, in my personal life. We do a lot of charity, which I don't normally share because that's personally done by myself. But when I'm working with another charities, then I share. But personally, we do donate a lot of water coolers in India to schools and to local community where they can't afford to have fresh water. We have adopted a couple of kids that we sponsor their, education. And then we've donated during COVID, some ambulance as well, but that's all like kind of what I was doing on the side. But this entire thing provided a platform for me to get more people encouraged to do that, and that's why the international comes in, very like it came on a very right time for me, because I was on the I was getting a bit lost that I'm doing all this, how can I grow it a bit more, how can I do a bit more with it? And I think that's when that happened. And when I got back after the international, even though I didn't win, I was like literally filled with energy. I was like, I need to do something. I've got to, do. And I'm so glad that I went there. Now I've got sisters everywhere in the world. I can pick up my phone and say, I'm coming to this country, and I know I've got somebody there. I won the Mrs. India UK in April, and the Mrs. International was supposed to happen in July. So I did not have much time to prepare. My first agenda obviously was to have a clarity about what's expected. And once I had that, then obviously I knew that there's a big, like, the pressure was basically about the interview, that one-to-one interview has to be very clear and precise. But the problem was it's very, you don't know what they can ask you really. But my platform sheet, journey video were two big things that had to be prepared before I go. The platform sheet was all about what I've been working on all in terms of social causes and things like that. And then the journey video is basically my journey to the day where I was up to that date, what's included. And obviously my family was a big part of my journey video. My community work was a big part of my journey video. My PR activities were a big part of my journey video. So those things had to be all pulled together and, be presented very well, because then judges will ask you questions based on those. Then the other thing was fitness round, which I think something I really dreaded, because we were given a choice of whether you can wear a crop top or a long top, which is something I really appreciate, because not all women are comfortable showing their skin. And I think at that moment I wasn't either. So I did go for the longer top. I was like, no, I'm not comfortable with that. But that does not affect your scores. That does not affect it. All matters how you walk on stage. So obviously I did start working on my diet, my health, not just because I wanted to look pretty, because it's good for you, really, So that was another good thing that happened during the pageant journey. And I really needed to, the platform sheet that I created, I needed to know it like inside out. It has to be that presents me, not like a fake thing I picked up from somewhere, because they will ask you, they'll grill you on that. So I'm glad that, everything that on platform sheet, I knew like by heart, because I'd done those things. So yeah, that was the preparation that went into it, really. This is, I think, a question that any pageant director would dread to answer, but I would love to answer, because I've been very open and honest about this. So many people do think that pageant winners are fixed, or somehow they buy their title. Well, I don't know about myself when I won what it was, but I do think I was a deserving winner. I'm not like blowing my own trumpet here, but I'm sure that a question to be asked to my director. But when I went to international, I can totally say it wasn't bought, it wasn't fixed, because I could totally see the winner, who was the winner, how much hard work she's put into it, how good she was. So in my eyes, I have not experienced that, but yes, there are still some pageants out there who are doing that, but I'm not here for that. This is something I'm totally against. For me, if we are in this business and if we want this business or this platform to flourish, we really need to stop that. We really need to value the talent. We really need to value the hard work that the person put in. We really need to value the work they're doing with the community. So for me, that when I will be, first of all, I won't be the only one picking up the winner. Basically, there will be different judges from different fields. They'll be looking at the different qualities of the contestant. So yes, there are pageants out there who probably are still doing that, but I have not come across any so far. So when I do, I'll definitely share my experience with you all. Me started my own pageantry world, basically, is obviously my own experience. More than anything, it's my own experience, and then the experience that I had from the international, definitely that really helped me, because when I went there, you see girls from all around the world coming, but the purpose is, everybody's purpose is exactly the same, is to do something for the community. Obviously, they all have different platforms, they all have different causes to work on, but at the end, everybody's doing exactly the same thing. So for me, when I obviously went into it as a contestant to a pageant owner today, the journey is, after that, it became very entrepreneurial, because for me, it was the case of, okay, I've had a platform where I've learned a lot from. Now, how can I create a platform where I can improve what I've learned from and create even a better platform and take it to international level again? I'm not here to compete with anybody, because I feel like every single platform out there has a purpose. Every single person out there has a vision, has a mission. So I have my vision, my own mission with this. And my biggest mission is, like I said, is to create a safe environment for every woman, every girl out there to come on board and learn and transform themselves into something that they always wanted to be. We all have that in us, that we want to be this, we want to be that, but somewhere something is stopping us. So this will be such a safe platform where even your families won't stop you. That's what I'm trying to create. And my mission is to have it, my vision is to have this platform gone everywhere around the world, really. So make it available, make it approachable for every single woman out there, really. And that's what I believe in, and that's what I think. And that doesn't mean, like I said before, I'm not competing with anybody. So don't think of me as your competitor, please. I'm sure we can all, the world is big and it's a huge platform for all of us, and I'm sure we can all work together. And if we are here to do good, then we should think each other as a competitor, really. So my company, AGLP Enterprises Limited, has already conducted a pageant during COVID very successfully. And I'm very, very proud of the fact that out of those, 4 of my girls are going internationally, representing my company, representing themselves on a very prestigious platforms. And I think after that, doing that 1 year of seeing the girls progress, I really enjoyed the journey that I went through with them, really enjoyed everything that I've learned from them and they've learned from me. So why not expand it further? So thinking of that, I've then launched 2 other brands here in UK, and another brand I've launched in India, that because I just felt like I've come from a country and I should give something back to the country. So those brands do come under my AGLP Enterprises Limited and AGLP India company. And all my pageants are non-conventional pageant. And I know that a lot of people think, what does that mean really? It means basically moving away from those pageant that we first discussed, the glam pageant, where you're objectifying a woman. We do not want to do that at all. The only condition that my pageants have is a parameter for age, because obviously we do need to kind of, classify them in like different categories somehow. So that's the only thing we have, so parameter for age. Otherwise, no height, no weight, nothing, no restrictions at all, really. You don't, if it's a Mrs. pageant, you are a divorcee, you're more than welcome to come and join us. You are a lesbian, please come and join us. It's open, because as long as you're a woman, just come and join us, basically. That's all it is. And hopefully soon we'll be becoming something for men as well, because we have had people asking us, why not men? So you might do something, because there are a lot of men out there who do good work for the community. So that's how we trying to stand out, basically, when a person comes on stage, you should see the person as a whole, how good they look. Otherwise, really, you need to see that person as a whole, and that's what our non-conventional pageants are about. Is it okay? In a whole, the biggest thing that I think we as a company are looking, or I am as a director looking at when I'm looking at a person as my winner, as my finalist, is that they have to have a purpose, they have to have a vision, they have to have this fire in them that we really want to do something. Maybe they don't know what they want to do, but that's where we come in. Obviously, we'll help them, but they need to have something in them that brings them to this platform. That's what we want from each and every platform that we have created. But obviously then we've got the 3 different brands. Like there's a Mrs. Asia India, which is for Indian ladies living all around the world, but this pageant is actually going to happen in India. And for this one, obviously the main thing is, obviously you have to have a vision, you have to have a purpose, you have to have this will in you to do something for the community, something that will put you aside from the person sitting next to you. That has to be in you. And then obviously it's from age from 25 to 55. And obviously, like I said, married, divorce, but as long as you fall within that category, you can come and participate. Then I've got 2 pageants here in UK. One is Mrs. Asia GB. All the Asians living in Great Britain, you kind of have in your heart that I want to do something for the community, because that's the biggest thing about my pageants, that I want you to come with this open heart that, okay, I want to do something, but I don't know what I want to do. Even if you have that, we'll provide you with the platform. We'll have charities on board. We'll have different like social community workers on board who can help you, but you need to have that in you. Then it's not just for the married women, really, or we have got something for the young girls as well, called Miss India UK. That's for all the Indian, the people from Indian backgrounds, the girls from the age of 16 to 28-year-old living in UK. Please come and participate this, because I'm honestly telling you, this will really help you in your future, if you are a 16 to 18-year-old or 20-year-old girl who's not sure, really, I know, because I've got a young girl who wants to do a lot for the community, but she doesn't know how to start. This will give you a start. Honestly, this will give you a start. We will have mentors on board who will be accredited by different platforms, where you can actually utilize it in your CV to say that you have been trained by this so-and-so person. So please come and participate. And obviously, like I said, make sure you have, even though if you don't know what you want to do, but have this in you that I want to do something. That's all really we want. Why should you participate in our pageants? I would not call it my pageant, because it's a big team involved. So obviously, first of all, if you take part in this pageant, you'll become part of our family. Okay, it's not somewhere where you come and go. You are literally part of the family, and you stay there as long as you want to stay there. That's the first thing. Secondly, obviously, I'm the biggest example of why you should participate. Please follow my journey from the day when I started to now. My friends can tell you my transformation, what I went through. Then thirdly, please follow the pages to know the sort of mentors we're bringing on board. So the trainings that you'll go through, entire process is well planned, well thought and well looked after. So it won the pageants, all the trainers that are coming on board, all the mentors that are coming on board, all the industry specialists, whatever they're going to mentor you, they've actually got a good experience in that before they come and speak in front of you, which is, I think, unique. I don't think any other pageants have had done that so far. So that's something I'm very proud to have included, and I'm looking forward to do a bit more. So, you know, the time that you spend with us is valuable in terms of showing it in, like, credibility wise, it's credible somewhere else as well. Then the other way is the exposure that will give you. Obviously, as I'm a license holder for many international pageants, so the doors open further. So if you are someone who's thinking, okay, this is not where I want to stop, I want to go further, I'm there for you. I'll open the doors for you wherever, you know, you think you would like to go, and obviously wherever I think you fit in, I'll guide you as well. My team will guide you as well. So I think there are a lot of things that put us indifferent to other pageants. So yeah, please follow the journey of all the people who have been part of my pageant as well, because they are one of the biggest example as well that what this one-stop shop can do for you. One thing that I would really like to add when you're participating, especially in our pageant, it's an institution, okay? It's not somewhere where you come in and think, okay, I'll win and I'll go. It's an institution, like you go for a degree, you invest into it, and then you come out of it with a degree. And that's what we're trying to create. We're trying to create a degree which is your degree. It's not like something else. It's you learning about yourself, or you have this wealth of knowledge about yourself that you can, put in anywhere in any field of your life, really. And this is what it is. So it is an institution. Don't take it like, okay, I'll go in for free and I'll come out for free. It's not. It is an institution. You'll have to invest in yourself, and then you get the result. Causes or any other charities or anything, don't worry about that, because we have that covered. We will have different platforms on board. We'll give you a choice of it as well. Obviously, the way I want to work is that we want to work with we want a lot of local community based charities, because you can see the result straight away, because you can see the result within your community. So we will put you in touch with all of those, or we can provide you one shared platform that everybody's using, and you can just go on to that. And so don't worry about that. We'll have that covered. Secondly, why do that? Okay. If you don't have that in you, then I think you're on a wrong place, because this is very compulsory for me, and this is very important for me. That person who's joining me is ready to do something for the community, because the community that we live in gives us a lot, and it's sometimes we need to give something back. Think about, if you're not doing it for anybody else, you're doing it for your own kids, you're doing it for your own next generation. So that's why it's very important that even if you don't have a social cause in your mind, you come on board with this open mind, thinking, okay, I want to work with something. So that's why for me, it's very important. So if you think I'm just going to come for the glam and I don't want to do any charity work, you're in the wrong place. I'm really sorry. So please come with that in mind, that it's all about glam. You'll have photo shoots, you'll have the stage, you'll have the everything, but you will have to go into the community and you will have to do that work as well. Honestly, my favorite part is the day one when I meet everybody, orientation day, because that's when we kind of start that relationship, and then meeting them at the finale, because the relationship has totally transformed and the people have totally transformed. So those 2 days are my favorite days. I absolutely love them. And I enjoy being director more than I think I enjoyed being a finalist, enjoyed being a winner. Obviously, it had its own days and I loved it, but I absolutely am enjoying being this backstage, being the director, because I'm actually part of those transformation journeys now. I can take a back seat and I can see what I've been doing. While when I was part of it, I think sometimes you get lost in all that and you kind of forget that where you were and where you are now, and you think, I've always been like this. No, you've not, because as a person who's taken a back seat and looking at it, you can see the transformation that people go through, and I absolutely love that. That's my favorite part, from the day one when they come for the audition to the one-to-one interview that we do. those two are totally different people. Even if, that's what I'm saying, it's just something you have to be part of to know what it is. And for me, I'm sure, my body language tells you that how much I enjoy it. It's really, I don't know, it's just become me. I don't think I can do anything else like apart from enjoy this entire journey. And I think I won't stop until I have created the platform that I visioned for. Facing a difficult situation as a pageant director, touch wood, so far I've not had to do that. But if it comes to that, honestly, I'll only pay attention to it if it actually matters to me. Because as long as I know I've not made a mistake, as long as my team knows that we've not made a mistake, as long as the people who are part of my pageant, part of my journey, my finalists know that we are doing things right, I'm not answerable to anybody else. I'm only answerable to people who are actually part of my journey, part of my venture, part of my vision, part of my mission. If there is somebody out there who's questioning it, if there is any validity in that question, obviously I'll be all up for answering it. So far, like I said, I have not had that in terms of my pageant directorship. As a pageant finalist, we had something, but that wasn't kind of where we stepped in. It was all to do with our own pageant director, but we trusted our platform. So we trusted the director, and that's what I want my finalist, my team to do in future with me as well. Because if I'm answerable to anybody, I'm answerable to those people, not anybody else. And that's how I'll take it further really in my future ventures as well. Right now in the near future, we have the first one, Mrs. Asia India, which applications already open, registrations already happening. So if you've not done it, please go and do it. Most probably the finale will happen September, October. We're still working on the venue and the dates, but it will be around that time, and it will happen in India, in Delhi. So obviously, please follow our pages. There is a page, Mrs. Asia India, that you can get all the information about this particular pageant. Then the second pageant, I've got Mrs. Asia GB, which will happen in UK. And for that, the application is open now as well. We've just literally opened the lines for that. And that pageant will most probably happen in next year, March 2023. Again, please follow the page to get more details about the venues and, any other details that you require. Then the third one is Miss India UK, which is for the young girls. The timeline for that, again, is the finale will be February, March, but we haven't opened the application yet. So please wait for that. Go and follow the page, Miss India United Kingdom, and that will give you all the information. But overall, you can follow a page, AGLP Enterprises Limited, that has information about all of the pageants. You can go on the website aglplimited.com or aglpenterprises.com and .co.uk. All three pages will lead you to same website, and that has information about every single pageant, every single event that we've done, all the team that on board, all the trainings that we will be provided. So I think that's the one stop where you should go and just look for everything. And I think that's where you can actually get the information about all three pageants and all the forms as well, all the links to all the forms, all the links to anything that you need really. So visit the website www.aglplimited.com or aglpenterprises.com or .co.uk, all of them. Like to say the Global Pageant Divas have created such a good platform for the pageant world all around the world, because it just gives you one-stop shop basically, again, where you can hear the experiences from all the pageant finalists, pageant winners, pageant directors, pageant team. It's such good platform. So my tips, firstly, I'll speak as a pageant finalist and a pageant winner. I think the one thing that I felt that I was very honest to myself. I was very, I was never like, obviously the girls were my competitors, but I took them as my friends. I was very open, very honest. I always shared my experiences with everybody. And then I think wherever my flaws were, I knew what my flaws were and I really wanted to work on those. I was very open and honest with all my mentors as well, that I really need to work on this. So that's something really, please don't go into it thinking I'm the best here, because you don't know who's your competitor and what their hidden talents are, because sometimes you see them as something else, but they can be something else behind, because some people are not good with public, but they're very good with one-to-one interaction. So please be honest to yourself that the people who are sitting opposite you or against you can be better than you as well, and you can learn from them as well. So winning is not everything, really. It's the journey that's very important. So that's one thing, keep in mind. As a pageant director, I think, again, I always say, I walk the walk and I talk the talk. So if you're a pageant director, when you are out there to do something, or if you're a person who's looking into enter a pageant, look at the pageant director's journey, what they've been through, what their vision is, what they visualize in their pageant, what they visualize in their life, how they're, and that's what I think puts every pageant director on a different, like as a podium, really, because that's how you can compare a pageant to pageant, by looking at the director, what's their journey is, what they've been through, and what they're trying to create. So this is what I think, I always speak about this. So this is something was very important for me to say. And well done, Global Pageant Diva, you've created a brilliant platform.